Hello, guys. Welcome back to Alpha Plug. My name is Techno. Today, I'm joined by the man himself, the Fan. Fan, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I could see you drinking some Prime there.
Yeah, of course. Every day, man. I'm drinking Prime.
I've got a few
Oh, you
bottles
got the
myself.
lemon and lime?
Oh yeah, I got this recently actually. Two bottles. One's in the fridge downstairs. And I've also got Metamoon, which I drank, and I've also got Tropical Punch, which I've drank.
Have you tried the KSI one?
Haven't tried that yet. I can't. You can't find it anywhere.
Okay. Yeah, no, I've never tried that, man. I've been looking for it for weeks, man. It's hard to find.
And I no way am I paying the prices that I've seen online.
Yeah,
Not a chance.
yeah. It's crazy.
Enough about Prime now. There's a few questions that I've got written down I would like to ask you. Um, for a while, we've been looking forward to you versus Billy the Fridge on Misfits 008, but only a few days ago it turns out that fight has it's not happening anymore. Can you tell us a bit more about why that fight fell through?
Sure. So Mams and Keem, they had like concerns about regarding my mental health well-being. Um, they were concerned like how I would do when it comes to press conference, interviews, um, which I kind of understand. And at the end of the day, they were just looking out for me. Um, but I think it was more to do with like me just having belief in myself. I've always said I can beat Tommy Fury. Um, so I think that's the main thing. Um, yeah, I think a lot of people thought I was crazy. And of course, you had a lot of these Jake meat riders, I should say, um, that were tweeting mams, that were emailing Keem and telling them to get me off the event because I'm not mentally sane. I've offered to provide my medical records, my doctor's number. Like I've done all I can to get this fight. Um, so yeah, man, it's disappointing, but hey, I've got to respect Keen and Mam's decision.
As someone who's had mental health issues before and does have autism, I can totally understand people thinking that because you're not sure if they're in the right mental state or not because of their disability, like just because you don't know what they're going through. And I can understand Mams and Keem when it comes to that. On the opposite end, when it comes to people saying, "Oh, he's insane, he's delusional, yada yada," I think what some people don't realize is it's mainly just character. Like I don't think you're actually that deluded. I think you're actually showing that you're into the community and you want to rile people up. Like, is that am I right about that?
Well, no, because actually, when I got into a call with Mams, he asked me if I was playing a character. I told him no, I've never played a character. He asked me if I was
Really?
serious. So if I was actually playing a character, I would have said I was trolling. In fact, many of my friends messaged me and said, "Listen, just tell them that you're trolling and your fight will still be on." Never have I played a character. Never. I mean,
I
I've
can.
just got so much belief in myself. I learned from KSI. I learned from KSI.
That's true. Confidence is key in boxing, and I can respect someone who having a lot of confidence in themselves.
Yeah, of course,
Next,
man.
so
I
is
mean,
go on. Sorry.
sorry, go on, go on. You go.
Um, you obviously have a lot of confidence in yourself, and as someone who doesn't have much confidence because of course autism, and I struggle with social issues. What advice would you give to someone who is having confidence issues? Like not me, obviously. Like what would you say to people out there who want to get into boxing but are too scared because they're scared they might get hit or they might not be able to do it? What would you say to those people?
Listen, just be yourself. At the end of the day, I lost this opportunity because I was being myself. And to be honest, I remember the first ever space I joined. It was March 29th and it was midnight. And I made a KSI fan account and I think it was Fox the G space. So I went in there, there was Fox the G, B Dave, Most Wanted, Inspiration. And I was kind of like nervous to speak, but listen, just honestly, it's not as bad. As you think, the more you network with people, the more you connect with different people, the more it builds your confidence, man. So listen, you just have to keep going for it. Never let anyone, and I mean that, like never let anyone tell you you can't beat this boxer, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm telling you, I'm living proof of it. I can beat Tommy Fury, and I've had 2 weeks of training.
Okay then. Um,
Yeah,
can you say if Billy is gonna be fighting on the card or not? Because I want to know, do you still want this fight, and do
a
you think this
hundred
fight would
percent,
happen?
100%. I actually tweeted Mams and Keem. I said, listen, if I can get a mental health assessment done, um, I'll get that done, no problem. I'll send you over my medical records, and you know what? I'll post some sparring footage. Would you guys be willing to reconsider your decision? I haven't received a reply back from them, but I would love to still fight. And as for Billy the Fridge's fight is still on, and I don't know who he's going to be fighting, but if there's anyone that I want him to fight, it has to be Nigel. I'm not sure if you know Nigel. You know Nigel?
No, I haven't gone that far when it comes to influencer boxing. I've only been really keeping up to what I know of, and unfortunately, I don't know who Nigel is.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Nigel's a heavyweight. He's from Texas. He's a TikToker. He's got like a big TikTok page. And yeah, listen, if I don't get the opportunity, I think it should go to him. He's been working hard. Um, of course, there's other guys from the heavyweight division in the small creator boxing scene. You've got Lewis Smale. You know him, right?
No, we weren't really keeping up with SCB because
Yeah,
we didn't know it was happening. I had a few tweets of
yeah,
it now and then, but we weren't really fully up to date with it really.
yeah. So you've obviously got like a few heavyweights who I think should step in. If I don't make the fight, I think those guys will be good.
Do you think they could go against the Tempo Arts on the on a card of a Misfits, since Tempo is becoming a name now in influencer boxing?
Honestly, I think he's overrated, man. Like, look, credit to the guy. He went through his weight loss journey. I actually want to go through my weight loss journey. So he's done something which I haven't done yet. In that respect. But I just, man, like every time I watch his fight, it's just he's just not technical, man. He just relies on that knockout power. He just that one punch, man. He's not technical whatsoever. I don't really rate his boxing skills. It's not like me. I'm very technical, man. That's why when I fight Tommy Fury, I'm gonna knock him out.
Well, going into that fight, as a professional boxing fan and influencer boxing fan, I would say I would put my money on Tommy, but I say give it all you got, really. Like that's all you can do. Like just give it all you got. And even if you did lose, well, you went in there with Tommy Fury, and who knows, you might land some good shots on him.
Here's what I say: there's a first time for everything, right? You had Isaac Newton, right? Uh, when he invented gravity, no one said anyone would be able to do it. When KSI fought Joe Weller, people said, "Oh, how can a gamer beat an athlete?" KSI beat him. You had KSI Logan. People said, "How can KSI beat a high school wrestler? 6'2" Logan Paul." KSI done it. So I think in life there's a first time for everything, and I'm going to be the first person who's had 2 weeks of training that's going to beat Tommy Fury.
Well, if that fight gets made, we at Alpha Plug will support you as part of the community of influencer boxing. We'll give you our support. And the next question is, you've obviously you start off with Twitter Spaces, and you do very long ones. I've heard. I think in your profile you do like 15-hour ones. Is that true?
So I've just recently started cutting down on the spaces, but from when I first started, which was March 29th, all the way up until maybe May 6th, so like 5 weeks, I was doing 15-hour spaces. So 5 weeks, man, like I done over maybe 500 hours of like spaces, and it's what I love. Like I don't really take notice of people saying, oh, it's not good for your health. It's well, there's many things not good for your health. Smoking is not good for your health. Drinking alcohol is not good for your health. So if I want to do what I want to do, it's none of your business.
That's
I
fair,
do it for
actually.
KSI, I do it for Mams, I do it for my friends. So yeah,
Why did you start those Twitter spaces? And are you surprised that they've grown so big to where you have people like Fox the G, B Dave? I think I even saw I've seen quite a few people in your spaces before. You've spoken to Keem, you've spoken to Mams. Like, did you imagine when you got into influencer boxing, you'd be speaking to these people or have them in your spaces?
did I imagine? To be honest, when I first joined, my whole purpose, my whole aim was okay. So I'm gonna give you a little story. So a few weeks before I joined, or let's just say, I think it was a few months actually. There was the space on MVP updates, where KSI came in, and there was about 20 different Jake Dick riders. So I saw that. That annoyed me. So I was like, okay, something has to change. I'm gonna come into the space. I'm gonna defend KSI because I see there's a lot of lies. So that was my whole purpose, you know. And obviously, when Mam started joining my spaces, my friend Keem, my friend KSI, um, I mean, yeah, why wouldn't they join my space? Um, I mean, I'm great. I look good. I feel good. I drink Prime every day, so yeah. Uh,
Obviously, you're a big Misfits fan, as what you just said earlier. What would you get? Which is your favorite of the Misfits events so far, and what's that one moment that makes you look at Misfits and say, I want to be on a Misfits card."
my favorite one, I've got to go 003, man. The Texas one, Willie Dundee,
I have to
because
agree.
not many people give it credit. You know, I think that's been probably the second best one. But as for my favorite, I have to go with 003. And what? Sorry, what was your question? I was just thinking
Um,
about Prime.
your favorite, and what would you say has been the moment that makes you look at Misfits and say, I want to be on a Misfits card or I want to be at Misfits events? What's the one moment that you can think of your in your mind and say, I'm going to be at Misfits?
KSI.
Any particular knockout, particular moment? What is that
Oh,
one
when he
moment?
100% when he sent Joe Fournier into Shadow Realm, I think that was my favorite moment. Um, you get these Jake Lee riders, you can't really do much about them. They've been saying it was an elbow. Actually, if you rewatch him from the different angle that KSI posted, it was a forearm, right? And it didn't fully connect. Okay, forearm, it was accidental. And do I agree with the no contest? 100% not. Because if Jake got away with it against Woodley and Tommy Fury, why can't KSI? So I've made a petition. The PBA haven't um, replied to me, which I think is very disrespectful. They should apologize to KSI. And if they don't overturn the decision, I am going to be hosting a protest.
Gotta say, this is definitely like the most I've seen a KSI fan go for KSI, and I gotta respect you for that. I have to. Like, I've never seen someone like care for a YouTuber that much. Like, I gotta say, I'm quite impressed to be honest. No disrespect,
Thank you,
like
man.
it's just very impressive to be honest.
Thank you. By the
Um,
way,
yeah,
buy Prime. Buy some Prime.
yeah, I've got one in the fridge waiting for me.
Uh,
Um, will you be at will you be in attendance at Misfits 008? And how excited for you are you for this event, even without the card not being released yet?
ooh, bro, I've heard some things behind the scenes, and this one is going to be, for me, probably the biggest card. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for this event. Will I be at the event? Um, Possibly. possibly.
Are there any little details that you can spill for us to get an exclusive for the fans? Because I imagine there's people out there really wanting to know this because we haven't had any news for about Misfits 008 yet.
Honestly, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, just all I can say is I know Mams has already said it's gonna be one of the best. Like honestly, it's gonna live up to the potential when you guys see the card.
Okay, then. Um, I'm gonna name some YouTube influencer boxers, and I want you to give the first word that comes to your head about them.
Sure.
Okay. First off, Tommy Fury,
Duck.
Billy the Fridge,
Fridge. That
Jake
was
Paul,
uh duck.
Umbear.
Umbear. Wait, are
Yeah,
we recording
Umbear.
again?
Yeah.
Umbear. Burat.
Joe Fournier,
Shadow Realm.
Sol Papi,
Uh, Free Round Pappy.
Chase Demore,
Dream.
Anthony Taylor,
Goat.
KSI.
The best ever.
That's not one word, but I'll take it, I guess. Um, this is one that I actually can't speak personally about because I was at that stream when this happened. I think everybody has seen the video of you and Mr. Wade Concepts.
Sure.
I wanted to ask you, can you talk to us about your thoughts on that video? And would you want to see him back on Misfits?
I've always said I want to see Wade back on Misfits. I think it's just about him taking accountability, him apologizing to KSI and Mams. Um, I mean, bro, we can all tell he's. I think since Misfits 5, I think that was his last Misfits. I think he's always had something against KSI. We talk about the whole tag team thing um, that he was against. We talk about the pay-per-view sales. This guy really said Jake Chubby sells more than Jake KSI. Um, yeah, man, he's always had something against KSI. So if he does apologize, I would love to see him back on Misfits.
Is it personal between you and Wade now after that video, or was it just like you just didn't like him or something?
No, no, no. It's nothing personal, but I would love to spar him. I would love to spar him, and I would love to teach him a lesson on the sport of boxing.
Well, that would be certainly an interesting addition to the influence boxing scene. You and Wade and having a spar. But
Sure.
let's go back. Let's go back to Mr. Keemstar and Mr. Mams Taylor. You have been speaking to them a lot recently. How helpful they been with you since the Billy the Fridge fight was cancelled or just fell through?
Very helpful, man. Mams reached out to me, made sure I was okay. So did Keem. Um, they've offered me like another role for Misfits 8. Um, but yeah, man, like even before this whole Billy the Fridge thing, Mams has reached out to me quite a lot, and that's something that really annoys me. Like a lot of people just assume that Mams is this like arrogant guy. You know, he's very egotistical. That's not true. Honestly, I can say that's not true. He's reached out to me many times. He's helped me with a lot of things, and yeah, honestly, great guys. Keems and Mams. They're both one of my closest friends. Mams said it on a space that I'm one of his four best friends. So yeah.
I think I was at that space actually.